Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to AFL&T's coverage of the 2025-26 TIO NTFL Men's Premier League Round 1 clash from TIO Stadium here in Darwin on Larrakia country. Tonight's match is the grand final rematch between St Mary's and Southern Districts. Of course, the Southern Districts, the reigning premiers. My name's Stu Davis. I'm joined in commentary by Will Zwar. Welcome, Will.
Yeah, great to be here in the game. Already underway here. Southern Districts get the ball first through Anderson, and the first clearance of the game goes to centre half forward, but there's no one really there running back through traffic or picking it up off the ground. Will Rowlands kicks it high to the top of the square, one-on-one. Farah on Green, bounces ahead of them, and there'll be a free kick going the way of Matty Green.
Great to see Matty Green back in St Mary's colours. Hasn't played for almost 2 full seasons now. You can see his knee strap there. Did an ACL early a couple of seasons ago, and yeah, has had a long time out of the game. Great to see him back in the St Mary's Premier League side.
Pushes it out wide of Williamson on half back. He now goes long down the line, looking for a target. Big White Ryan's making his presence felt in the contest there. Ball hits the deck and now pops forward for Southern Districts. Picked up and then wrapped up over the boundary line there. I think that was Rowlands again.
Yeah, Will Rowlands, of course, a Southern Districts junior, coming back after spending time interstate and bettering his football. He's been a great inclusion for them this season.
Ryan gets hands to it first again. Jackland, that was almost a throw there. Now it's kicked forward for St Mary's, but a good mark running back with the flight there. Goes to Bidmaid. He now pushes it across. And Southern Districts starting to open up a little bit. Oh, slipped over in the dewy grass there. Now here comes the boom recruit of the competition, you'd say, Quinton Narkle, one of the biggest names joining the ranks this year. Gets a handball off his second attempt to Geordie Johnson. He goes inside 50. Thought that was a push in the back there from Rowlands. He runs onto his left now, has a snap towards goal. Top of the square, 2-on-2, and working his way to the front spot, I think, was Shannon. He couldn't take the mark, wrapped up with a tackle. And I think we'll have a ball up.
Gee,
10 minutes out from goal.
Almost looked like a mark, didn't it? Had a couple of grabs at it coming around the front of the pack, but a bit of a let off there maybe for Saints, but they're still under pressure.
Farrell will contest this one here. Green gets a handball out, and then Williamson, he gets boot to ball, kicks it a long way out. Mark taken by Musgrove. No, he hits the deck. Picked up there by Dylan Barry, and he's wrapped up in the tackle as well. So Southern District so far keeping inside their forward half. Although free kick will go to Matty Green again. No, this one to
Curtis McCarthy.
Curtis McCarthy, there we go.
Yeah, interesting inclusion for Saints McCarthy.
Ball finds itself at the bottom of the pack there.
Yeah, Curtis McCarthy played with Brisbane VFL this season, so a big inclusion for Saints.
Jackson got the ball there down, and Moo handball forward. Try to get hacked off the ground there by Johnson, missed it, and then a handball was intercepted, still in dispute. Running back scooped and picked up there. Lloyd Johnson, fresh from the Gold Coast Suns list. So a few big names already having a play for Southern Districts. Here comes Johnson now to Narkle. Narkle, that one a little bit short. He gets it to Stevie Motlop, who pushes it out into the pocket again. Couldn't find his player on the full, and now that one goes towards goal wanting, but through for a behind, the first of the evening.
Yeah, just 3.5 minutes gone, but already, Will, it looks like Saints just holding on here under a bit of siege, and Southern Districts just need a bit more composure going for goal at this stage.
Kick out from Green again, who's been lively so far. As you mentioned, his first game in about 2 years. It looks like it will be a free going to St Mary's on half back through Luke Patterson, I think it might be here. Now pushes out wide. Moo with the helmet on there. Now with Curtis McCarthy again. Play on, wind up, looking for the lead there. It's gone very well. Great lead there coming in from, so it's Luke Patterson here.
Yeah, good stretch on the lead, wasn't it? From almost from the top of the goal square, but the kick was in the perfect place, allowed him to just run onto it, and no hope for the defender on his tail, and chance for St Mary's to get their first score on the board for the season.
Patterson comes in, he'll be kicking from just inside the paint. It's a decent looking kick. Oh, it's just wide for a point.
Gee, it looked online for a long time, didn't it? But covered the distance easily. So good first forward entry for Saints.
Johnston out from fullback to Narkle, and then find a teammate in Bidmaid on half back. Gives it off to Narkle again, starting to add up some possessions for himself, get accustomed to the conditions. Obviously he's coming off the Fremantle list as well. So a little bit of ex-AFL talent already becoming involved tonight. That ball very wide and it's gone out on the foot.
Yeah, Narkle just roaming around in the midfield areas of the ground at the moment, not getting too much attention paid to him. Saints happy to back their own game as they go backwards towards the defensive goal square to work it to the outer side, to the near side, sorry. Close to the boundary line, but Matty Green takes that mark just inside and looks to switch back again.
It did look like Narkle had gone to Dylan Land at that first couple of centre bounces and that bounces around the ground. So I wonder if they're perhaps just going head to head. St Mary's push back, find Jack Musgrove on the back flank. And gives it off to a runner there. Bush. Campbell comes out wide. Thought about it, then he did go to Campbell Everett. Just pushes it over to Rowlands. Now into the pocket, very deep, very tight. And I think that one has gone over the boundary line for a free kick to Jack Musgrove.
Yeah, again, just going wide, going inside forward 50 Southern Districts, and Saints are pretty good at keeping them out close to the boundary line. Lloyd Johnston, a big leap there, got a fist to it, rolls away out of bounds.
Kick clears the pack there, and some ground gain for St Mary's. White Ryan, last year's best on ground medalist, a Cheney medalist for best on ground in the grand final, doing his thing out there again tonight. No Matty Dennis tonight for him to chop out with. Dylan Land, another airy there, but his second one he hits it pretty cleanly. Just wanted to gain ground and it lands in the lap of Campbell Everett again. He goes to Narkle in the middle of the ground, as you said, roaming relatively freely. Good kick there to Jalen Clark. Now pushes it out wide, looking for Brody Lake, who's gone a long way from home. He'll keep running. Didn't have to break stride really there at all. Comes off the hands though. Farah, he gets a handball to Motlop. Motlop thought about a handball, then gives one off here. Now with Clark, he pushes it, and that's a good mark there to Dylan Barry, playing in front of Kobe Hodges.
Yeah, Dylan Barry, long-time Southern Districts player, very smart forward as he swings around on the left, kicking long to the goal square. Off hands, it's loose in the square for a time, but eventually forced over, and we're still looking for our first goal of the game.
Now Hodges takes a mark in back pocket. Barry with that interesting Buddy Franklin style arc. He almost made the angle more difficult for himself. Ended up pushing across the face for their second behind. Districts now trying to grab it forward, but it gets to Green. He pushes it out wide. McGrath needs to be clean here. He could sense the danger coming. Kept the ball in his, oh geez, some fancy footwork there has kept him out of danger. And then some more fancy footwork, but not enough as Southern Districts put a tackle on, earn themselves a free kick.
Yeah, just a couple of little fumbles there, and that allowed the Districts players to pounce, and rewarded with the free kick, Jalen Clark.
Oh, gee, fly from the side from Farah. Running forward now is Bo Schwartz to the top of the square. He snaps it through, and that is our first goal of the game.
Yeah, Bo Schwartz, a terrific finish there. Of course, was a really important part of their premiership side last year, and Yeah, just an opportunist goal there out the back of the pack, but it all stemmed from down on the wing here when Saints looked like they had a bit of space, and McGrath lost his footing, and then Ethan Bush just had a slight fumble, and that was enough for Districts to pounce and get the ball back and get it quickly inside their forward 50, and that was the key, getting it in quickly, and Schwartz over the back knows exactly what to do in those situations.
Yeah, just giving a little bit too much room there, and once he put on the skates, he was away, and don't think much was going to stop him from running into an open goal there. Classy player as well. Wasn't going to make too much of a meal of that one. And back in the middle now. And Ryan gets the tap down. And Henderson, crafty to get to the fall of the ball, gets it off there to Clark, who pushed it to full forward again. Front and centre. And Schwartz is taken high there. Umpire calls it, and he'll line up for his second in a minute.
Yeah, clever again. Probably just dropped the knees a little bit, but he was hard at the ball, and just not enough attention with the tackle. Got him high, and by Schwartz. Chance to add the second goal of the game to the one that he got a minute or so ago.
Stevie Motlop looking a little bit animated with some on-field coaching there as well. Stu just providing some feedback.
Yeah, that'll be a regular throughout the season.
So in comes Bo Schwartz, his first one, relatively straightforward. This one a set shot. He's pushed it to the side. Thought that was going to match his previous attempts, but not to be. Making their third point of the night and extend out to an 8-point lead.
Yeah, just leaned back a little bit on that one. It got away off the outside of the boot. But, Kobe Hodges runs in now, just hooks around often. Well, Brian Myers, but is a powerful long kick.
Now with bid made, he works it forward as well. Clark, cheeky handball out. He barely took possession, but got a fist to it, looking for Johnston. Kai Williamson's met him though, and the ball's just fumbled out over the boundary line. 12 minutes gone in the first quarter here at TIO Stadium, and you're watching TIO's coverage of the NTFL 25-26 season. It's come around quick, Stu.
It has. It just rolls on footy up here, doesn't it? It's fantastic. We got that interstate competition out of the way, and we're straight in.
And now running back through it, Mitch Musgrove. So the two Musgrove boys having a little bit of a say on that half-back line as well tonight. Now pushing out there, I think that might have been Jack Land.
Yeah,
clears the pack, and that'll find the boundary line. But again, clever kick will gain them a fair bit of ground.
Just strong, wasn't he, Jack Land? Nothing was going to stop him there, and just burst through and kicked out just a little bit long for his intended target, but got some valuable meterage down towards the forward area.
Up it comes. Jackson rucking there against Campbell. Everett. And Everett again, a little 1-2. He's becoming involved as well. Gee, very good run there. Almost looked like they'd practiced that one with the fly on the burst there. Snap from Rollins towards goal. Umpire barely moves, and they get their second.
Great finish. Great finish by Will Rollins, but again off a mistake from St Mary's. Matty Green in front there, almost an uncontested mark, and just spilled it to the front, and Rollins just pounced on it, and a good finish. So some worrying signs for Saints. They've really only gone inside forward 50 once in the game so far, and Southern Districts have had it camped in their forward area for the, where are we, almost 14 minutes of the game so far. So yeah, Saints just really need to get their hands on the ball and try to lock it into their forward 50.
Just the one, I think, just the one forward 50 entry for St Mary's so far tonight. Really strong lead from Patterson. It looks promising, but only muster behind from there. Thara, another touch there without taking possession. Matty Green, he's almost spun around in circles there without being approached. Might be looking after his knee there as the ball comes out and spills over the boundary line.
Yeah, that was a lot better from Green, wasn't it? Really composed and almost pinballed off a couple of players, and then used it out wide. And Dewsbury just couldn't control it and went over the boundary line.
So in it comes now. Everett sort of looking to get to front position. He looks like a very slight frame there, so he'll have his work cut out from in the ruck, you'd think, tonight. That ball goes over the boundary line again, and Big White Ryan comes on for the interchange at the opportune moment. Ryan, an absolute monster in the ruck there. Moo got a handball out, has another crack at it. Anderson tried to get it through. Well covered there by, I think it might be Dunn. Dewsbury it is.
Yeah.
Now bid made from the wing. Good long kick. Not really sure what Farah did there. He almost tried to catch it with one hand when two would have done the job pretty easily, but instead it's St Mary's who will rebound now, and they find Green on half back. Not really satisfied with anything. Hesitates again, and then pushes it down the line.
Yeah, good kick.
I think he was looking for Patterson, but in the end it was McCarthy who took the mark. That's a good kick on the run for Jack Land. He's got an option forward. He just sockers it forward to him. Now it's 2-on-1, but a great mark in pressure, running back with the flight to Brodie Lake.
Wow, that was terrific from Jack Lant, really, but just the hat kick out of the air went in between his two players, and Brodie Lake, working back hard, was rewarded.
Now down the ground finds Thomas. Now gets it on the run there for Stanley. He kicked it to two St Mary's players, spoiled their own ball, so plenty of cobwebs being dusted off in this first quarter here as Ryan, he kicks it forward to Farah all by himself, and again I think he tried the one-hander when two would have done it, and instead the ball's still in dispute. Picked up there deep in defence, and White Ryan takes a mark. The kick probably only went 20 metres, but that was enough for Ryan's mark to be paid. He'll play on, go for a little trot, and then he pushes it to the hot spot now. Farah comes in from the back, and he hits the deck without the ball. Now Motlop, he picks it up, snaps on goal, umpire moves, and they're very happy with that. Southern District suddenly burst out to, I think it's a 20-point lead now, Stu Davis.
Yeah, just repeat entries, isn't it? And the Saints defenders under all sorts of pressure down there, and Districts with class forwards like Stevie Motlop, and a good finish again. Just got it inside that left-hand goal post, but terrific effort back here by Wyatt Ryan. A couple of efforts and that intercept mark, of course, and then got it back in their forward line. So District's looking pretty powerful at the moment, and St Mary's just struggling to get their hands on it and get it forward.
Yeah, it looks like they've retained a lot of premiership players from I was going to say from 12 months ago, but from about 6 months ago, and some of the new names as well, as we've discussed. Very handy recruits. Ryan, he taps it down. Jack Lant picks it up, and again just bullocking his way through, looking for his brother. Well, I think he's copped a little bit of high contact, so Dylan Lant will have a free inside the forward 50, just checking for almost looks like he's checking for blood or something there. But earns himself a free kick.
Yeah, he wanted to make sure the umpire saw it, I think. But yeah, he's a goal kicker, Dylan Lant, that's for sure, on the run or a set shot. So they don't lose a lot when he's having a spell forward. Yeah, he's a dangerous player there, and Saints really need this one as we come close to time on in the first quarter here. Yeah, that's a beautiful kick. Never in doubt from Dylan Lant. He's a set shot from just inside the 50 and earned the free kick and went back, and as the captain should, slotted it straight through the middle, and an answering goal from St Mary's, one that they were really looking for.
They have looked pretty good going inside that forward 50 tonight, Stu. It's just a matter of creating those opportunities from further up the field.
Yeah, they've kept a really open forward line, haven't they? Not too many players up there crowding it up, and they've found players out on the lead the couple of times they've gone in, so there's hope for them, that's for sure.
Running back through traffic is Matt Johnson, now pushes it out to the wing. He finds Stanley. He's got a lead, maybe a little bit not to his liking. Instead goes to Narkle, whose kick is smothered, and then on that wing, St Mary's will mop it up. They push it forward to Patterson again. Another good, strong lead from him. Wheels around, pushed into the pocket. Oh, he's got to be accurate with that kick. He wasn't, but Kieran Moo running through, just overran that, and then he was almost taken out off the ball. Umpire says play on, and Southern Districts will try and work it across, but they only get it as far now, though the mark was dropped there by St Mary's, and it's taken out over the boundary line.
Yeah, Will Brennan had the chance there. Good forward pressure, but yeah, Moo just had the chance to run onto it, but the pressure came and lost his footing, unfortunately. And Districts able to clear it out of the danger area.
Ball comes in now, Ryan. He taps it looking for his skipper in Bowden, who's yet to really get involved. Just taps that one a little bit towards the boundary line. Deft touch does enough.
Yeah, Sam Jackson in ruck up against Ryan is certainly been out-muscled so far and finds himself behind again here, and it's pretty easy pickings for Ryan.
Johnston got the ball there, but his handball wasn't accurate, and it looks like it's going to be a free kick against McCarthy. Just manhandled him a little bit too much after he got rid of it.
Yeah, just held the tackle too long after the ball spilled out, so Jalen Clark being made to go back over the mark.
Finds Farah on the half-back flank, a long way from home. Another one who he's had a weird amount of involvement tonight. He could have done a lot more. Had a few physical touches, but not many possessions. It's an interesting kick there from Barry. Almost chopped out there by Musgrove. Instead, Schwartz goes inside 50, and it's a beautiful pass to Motlop, who again, he's giving some feedback on the field.
Looks a little bit angry, doesn't he? It's early in the season, Stevie.
He should be happy to be out there. See if he... he's got to put it through first, but his first real opportunity tonight. Set shot, kicking from 35 out.
And again, just missing out to the right, so another let off for Saints.
Not too happy with himself after that one. He's been a bit fiery at teammates, now fiery at himself. St Mary's find Green in the back pocket.
Matty Green had quite a few involvements so far, so that's good for him, good for Saints.
Comes very tight to the boundary line and then taken over there by Johnston. Almost 23 minutes gone in this first quarter here at TIO Stadium.
And there it is. It's quarter time here at TIO Stadium. Of course, TIO round one in the NTFL. And Southern District's been pretty impressive in their start. Probably should have had a bigger lead than they have at the moment. But at quarter time, it's Districts 3-4-22 leading St Mary's 1-1-7. And we'll be back with the second quarter shortly.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Kazali's has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at kazalisnt.com.au.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch. Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us.
That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
We're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
Top End Footy is back. It's fast, tough and a pure display of Territory passion. From the heat of the day to the electricity of the night games, every clash is fierce. Each moment better than the last.
Goal! They're into front!
This is our game, our way. Top End Footy. Nothing comes close.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium. It's round one in the 2025-26 TIO NTFL season. It's the grand final rematch, and Southern Districts with the upper hand at quarter time, leading by 15 points. They look pretty good, Will.
Yeah, they do. It's probably their midfield brigade from their premiership last year. Matt Johnston has been probably one of the highlights so far. Will Rollins is also promising up forward. He managed a goal there. They kicked the first 3 goals of the game. Southern District, St Mary's hit back with one free kick to Dylan Lant in the second half of that quarter. See if they can reduce a little bit more of that margin in this second term here. Narkle, he tried to pick it up, ball bounced through his hands. Anderson gets it over the top. Now Johnson out to Lloyd Johnston. Outside 50. Gee, that's a bullet of a pass. Unfortunately for him, it was intercepted just outside the hot spot. They now push it out wide looking for Xavier Vallejo.
I haven't heard his name much, needs to get involved, but good intercept mark from Jack Musgrove, and Kobe Hodges at half-back now.
Pushes out and looking again for Jack Musgrove.
Good work.
He and his brother have both been lively on that half-back line tonight. And looking for the switch. That was very precise kicks from Lant to Green, and then from Green out, I think, to Williamson on that far side. He now finds a youngster there in Ethan Bush on that far wing. Pushes it, looking for the lead there of Jackson Calder. Front and centre's Jade McGrath. He now goes to the hot spots, a one-on-one. It looks like it's going to go beyond them. Bidmate's done very well, but here comes Moo now to Mitch Musgrove, and he loves that straight off the boot, and the Saints respond in the first minute and 15 seconds of the second quarter.
Oh, their best passage of play for the night. Easily, as you said, they were very precise going across the ground, across half-back, and they had to be because their players only had a couple of metres on their opponents, but precise ball use, got it round the other side of the ground, and then the long kick in, and Mitch Musgrove, a terrific crumbing goal. So a great start to the second quarter from St Mary's, worked it from half-back and all the way down, and a great finish.
Yeah, I think they might have gotten a little bit of a word at quarter time, just sort of saying, you know, we're better than we've been that first quarter. They didn't really, they sort of were winning it out of the middle, but they weren't creating enough opportunities going forward. Now, in the middle, Lant picks it up, but there's a whistle blown. So it's going to be a free kick going to Jack Lant. Runs around, now pushes it inside forward 50. Fist over the top, means it will come back to Jackson, a long way from home. Picked up by Matt Johnson, looking out to Lloyd Johnson. There's three of them out there tonight. It's going to get confusing. Now to Bowden, the skipper, who I think that might be his first true possession tonight, over the top to Narkle, who paddles it forward to Will Farrer. Back to Bowden now. He goes into the pocket. Good strong lead. And that is a beautiful kick to Stevie Moller. Plays on, rolls around, snaps it towards goal, and it's gone well wide out on the full.
Yeah, just got it in the belly of the football then. And he's not happy with himself again. But better that he's not happy with himself than not happy with the teammate.
Curtis McCarthy, who's building into the game as well.
He's showing a bit, isn't he? He's obviously got good skills.
Plays on. Comes off hands, I should say. At the end of that kick, Geordie Johnson picks it up, wrapped up by Lan almost as he took it. Handball back through, or forward through traffic, and there's a whistle blown, so will be a free kick going the way of Southern Districts again to their skipper, Michael Bowden. They love this.
Yeah, just a little bit sloppy in the tackle and got high, so Bowden a few touches early in this second quarter. Just pushing up forward of centre, getting involved. Has he got this, Will? I'm not sure.
We'll see. He might be
confident.
Might be ready for a positional change if he can sink it. It's a good long one, but it's offline.
At the distance, no problem, but just drifted away.
So one captain misses, the other will take the kick out. Doing that, plays on. Looking long for his spearhead, Jackson Calder. And there's a push out, so it'll be Geordie Johnson with the free kick.
Would have been a bit against Calder and just hasn't got himself in the game at the moment.
Now goes to the hot spot. Spills out over the back. Oh, gee, there's a few green and gold jumpers, but they were under pressure. Again, they had to be clean. They are. Oh, Green to Lant. And there's a free kick going their way. He's just been tripped up on the way through, I think. And Jack Lant is just remonstrating with Jed Anderson there on the 50. And he needs to be careful himself.
Just had his legs taken out running through, didn't he? So that's why Jack's a little bit upset, but doing that still slow to get to his feet, but he looks like he's okay now.
Farah and Kent just having a little little chat with each other. And then pushes it out wide. The ball wasn't marked there by young Bush, and Johnston applies enough pressure to force it over the boundary line. So Ryan on Jackson in the ruck. It's going to be fascinating to see how the Saints deal with Wyatt Ryan tonight. Here comes Jackland. Handball back inside. Intercepted there though by Schwartz. And then Narkle found himself over the top of it with a player in between. So Lant, he manages to make the most of it. There comes Calder. His first real entry into the game. He pushes it.
Great kick. Great kick.
And a good lead as well again from Patterson.
Yeah, that was terrific. Jackson Calder's first involvement in the game. A good contested mark. Wasted no time. Drilled the pass. And yeah, again, Luke Patterson out on the long lead. But Dylan Lant just finds a way to get the ball from the clearance. But big Wyatt Ryan really causing Saints some headaches and giving his teammates first use of the ball around the stoppages.
Patterson's kick again. It's very touch and go, and unfortunately for him, it wasn't go there. He's second behind. He's showing the signs of a good forward up there. He just needs to get his kicking boots right. Maybe could do with the relacing of them. Lloyd Johnston will bring the ball back in. Very short kick. Managed to beat the forward from St Mary's. And that's a big hit as he kicked it. Umpire just lets it go there. Mark taken and played on by Thomas Clark. Through the middle, here come the Crocs. Matt Shannon from outside 50 looks to an open goal square, and that one is bounced through. What a beauty that was, end to end for the Crocs.
Yeah, terrific, wasn't it? The very short kick in from Lloyd Johnston almost put his teammate in lots of trouble down there, but terrific run from Matt Shannon and a great finish, and that's what we're used to seeing from him. It's just that dash through the middle of the ground and a terrific finish, and Southern Districts get their first goal of the second quarter just to stretch that lead back out to 15 points.
We saw how dominant Southern Districts were last year off the back of players like him who can do their time rotating through the midfield and the forward line. I think he ended up in the top 5 of the goal kicking last year and played a significant portion in that midfield.
Yeah, they've got plenty of depth in there, and as you see again, Ryan first hand to the ball and allows Districts to get the clearance, and here he is again.
Pushes it out to Schwartz in the pocket. That kick a little bit too wide and will roll over the boundary line, but again they'd be hoping to just get it down there and now leave their midfielders and half back line to lock it in there. Comes in now. Wyatt Ryan takes it, almost takes it out. He does now. Throws it on his left. I think that's a shot, ambitious shot. It's gone wide and it'll be out on the full. He might have his goal kicking licence taken off him if he's not too careful there, Stu.
Yeah, well, Samuel Jackson has been asked to step up, played just the 4 Premier League games last year and 11 in the reserves. It's a big task up against the reigning Cheney medalist who's so strong, and it's a great mark by Lloyd Johnston, who's looking in pretty good touch as well, as is Brodie Lake, who kicks long inside forward 50 now. Bit of a nudge and the ball falls out the back. Handball in hope really, and has put Dewsbury under lots of pressure there. They battle hard. It's a free kick to Saints. Play on's the call. Here's a chance, and
going to bring it back, or it's downfield.
Yeah, it's contact after he hand passed over the top, I think. They're out forward if they can find the targets. Jaden McGrath. There's a short option. Ignores that. And wheels around and goes long instead. Ryan's worked back there, and Districts get some numbers, and just over the head of Narkle there, and knocked it out of bounds for a boundary throw in. So yeah, Sam Jackson really has his work cut out and needs to find a way against Wyatt Ryan.
He'll just be hoping he can save as many tickets as he can until young Campbell Everett comes on to replace Ryan, and then maybe strike then. Otherwise, he's in for it could be a bit of a long and bruising night. And that's young Bush, who's gotten quite involved very early. And now comes out to Ryan again, gets a handball to Clark back through traffic. Green gets in front and then almost could have marked it, but goes for the spoil instead.
Yeah, safety first, I suppose, but had a clear opportunity to get 2 hands to it then. But no real damage done, except that it's another stoppage and White Ryan's involved.
Ups it down to 9 in particular, but Shannon beautifully running through, tackled as he picked it up, and then Anderson just slams him into the ground. They're getting into each other a little bit here, a few words, and they've pinged him for holding the ball. Don't know how much prior opportunity there was there, but Anderson will take it. Inside 50 he goes now. Well muscled there by Kent, and then Brennan also trying to reduce the risk. Diving on the ball there in the back line. I think that's Hodges there. No, Hodges lurking over the ball, but the umpire will call for a ball up. Brawnful it was. And there'll be a free kick going the way of St Mary's. It just seems like there's a few angry heads in that Crocs side tonight. Don't know what they're so feisty about, Stu.
No, I haven't seen really anything to get them upset, but I guess they're up for round 1 and against the old foe in St Mary's as well, so okay. Calder in the middle of 2 players. Jackson over the top, took it nicely, but then got wrapped up. The hand pass comes out close to the boundary. Vallejo tries to hook it in, keeps it in eventually. Hand pass around the back, and a quick kick forward by Kai Williamson is high. Jackson's up high, but couldn't get a hand to it. Well done by McGrath at ground level now on the left. Kicks inside 50 over the top. Calder running with the flight of the ball, couldn't quite get there, and I think Dylan Lance claiming that that might have been kicked out on the full, but it's going to be a boundary throw in.
A little bit of a deadlock at the moment, just the 1 goal and 1 point apiece kicked so far in this quarter. Handball now goes into the middle of the corridor there. Anderson then works it forward, and reading it best there was Kent. Motlop again, just dropping his head a little bit there.
There's no one on the mark. Goes now. Almost.
Comes through hands, and Johnson relatively easy picks it up, but a whistle's been blown, and I think it's going to be a free kick going the way of St Mary's. It will be in the hands of Dylan Lant again.
Pretty good hands to be in. I think the call was a throw then as Johnson looked to run away with the ball. So chance for Saints to steady again. They've margin is the same as it was at quarter time as we pass 14 minutes in the second quarter.
So it's kicked 1 tonight, that one also from a free kick. Saints first of the game. From inside 50 now. Ooh, that one's just fading across the face.
Just a bit of a hook on it, wasn't there? It's been a few missed to that side tonight, both sides.
Vallejo, he intercepts now. He goes to the pocket looking for Calder. Beaten by Johnston there. Looks like Geordie Johnson's drawn the short straw, but he's doing a pretty good job so far on Jackson Calder, though that kick in is not a good one.
No, it's going to go back. The kick was taken before the behind was signalled by the goal umpire, so it came back, and it would have been a Saints intercept.
So far, his only real blemish tonight, and lucky for him, he gets another crack at it. Looking down the line, Kieran Moo. Oh, gee, he was hit off the ball there, and Anderson He's given away 50 there. I think that was just silly behaviour. No, he hasn't. Umpires let it go and paid advantage instead. Now Green, he goes into Calder, and good hands.
Strong hands. Jackson Calder out in front, and this time Geordie Johnston didn't have the answers, and Calder a chance for his first set shot at goal.
A right smile from Anderson as he comes off the ground there.
I think he probably thinks he gave away the free kick for being too strong. But it's a chance for Saints here. Calder. Yep. No problem whatsoever. Just steers it inside that right-hand goal post, and a good set shot finish. He'll be happy with that one. Gets himself on the board for season 2025-26, of course. The leading goal kicker last season, and Saints are hanging around, Will.
Yeah, they are. You thought maybe Southern Districts were going to run away a little bit here, but Calder it is who breaks the deadlock and reduces the margin back to, I think it's 8 points here. Got differing scoreboards, but an 8-point margin by my count as well. 3-3-21, they're trailing Southern Districts 4-5-29.
So we're almost 17 minutes into the second quarter. Districts in front.
Now Jack Lant gets to Dylan Lant. Out wide looking for Musgrove. A few pairs of brothers out there on the field tonight for both clubs. And a few double up names as well as the ball works forward again. Kieran Moo just jumps over his teammate. Now trying to get the free kick there, or appealing for it was Dewsbury. Moo has been lively, gets it, and then Patterson kicks to full forward again. Plenty of Southern Districts players there in numbers. Maybe a little bit slippery on the deck there, but he got a kick away, comes outside 50, and there's another free kick paid. This time it's going to go to
Dylan again. Yeah, just dragged down in the marking contest. He's very, very clever at drawing those free kicks, but he's always in the contest, and that's why he gets them.
Oh, gee, a wayward kick. He was looking for setting up a teammate, and oh, gee, I think coming through there, Jackson Braunthall's coming off that worse for wear.
Jackson Braunthall comes from the Eastern Football Netball League, North Ringwood, the club, as does Luke Patterson. So obviously come up together.
2-for-1 combo deal. We'll see how his kicking is. He'll be going from a very tight angle. Looks like he might be in that wind corridor as well. Down there, Stu, between the grandstand and the Michael Long Centre. And he has learned that the hard way.
Yeah, not an easy place to kick goals from unless your name's Darren Ewing. He kicked them from there all the time, but wind does come through that gap a bit.
Cross goal they go. It's opened up on that far wing. They'll have to kick to grass. Barry, he leads all comers and he takes it and he keeps going. Didn't break stride at all, but his handball back through traffic was intercepted by Hodges. Had to hurdle over him in the end. Barry will come back and try and reclaim it. Wrapped up, taken to ground, gets a handball out and spills over boundary line. Umpire calls deliberate there. Oh, what are your thoughts on that, Stu? I thought he did a pretty good job at covering it up.
Yeah, but I've got to say, terrific defensive work by Saints. Barry looked like he was out then and almost shrugged the tackle, and Kobe Hodges in cover defence just blocked his hand pass over the top, and they scrambled for it on ground level after that. So good effort by Saints out there.
Goes a long kick, now finds Lant. He pushes it inside 50. There's a Paddock opening up there.
Moo.
And Moo, oh, he gets on the end of it, runs forward, and they're happy with that.
They'll celebrate that. I think that'll be Moo's first goal for St Mary's, and he's really happy about it. He's had a couple of involvements. He's been knocked around a little bit, but keeps having a go, and that was a terrific finish. So St Mary's with 3-1 in this quarter, and all of a sudden they're just a couple of points behind.
And against the, I guess, kicking towards the Michael Long centre, which isn't traditionally the goal scoring end, but that's where most of them have come tonight. I think 6 of the 8 have come down that end.
Yeah, the flags over by the old scoreboard suggest that it's mainly going across the ground away from us, but favouring the right of screen a little, if any. Ryan again.
Kieran Moo coming across from Nightcliff last year, and looks like Ryan Moo has also made the move. He's starting at full forward for Banks in the Premier League reserve grade tomorrow. So a few changes among the local players as well. Umpire calls play on as the ball's worked a little bit forward for Southern Districts, but ultimately taken and kicked out of there by McCarthy. Looking at half forward, Moo trying to get boot to ball there. Patterson just bumped off by Johnston. He now has to follow up with the tackle. Handball pops out. I think he's got a player lurking there in Bush if he, Bowden, if he can get it out to him. Here he comes, snaps on goal, and he loves that one, doesn't he? His first of the season as well. And St Mary's hit the front for the first time tonight. Yeah,
Ethan Bowden, he's back after a couple of years away, been down in Melbourne, but back in the Saints side, and that was a terrific finish. And St Mary's have hit the front for the first time in the game, I think, and 4 goal to 1 quarter. And yeah, Bowden, he's had a little bit of the ball out on the outer side, and a terrific finish there.
Last 3 goals going the way of St Mary's.
Yeah, this is terrific from St Mary's. They looked like they were just hanging on early in the game, but they've got all the running now, except in the middle here, although Dylan Lance played that beautifully and just hooks it over his shoulder. Oh, Wyatt Ryan, if you don't mind, did the right work and then ran back with the flight of the ball to take the intercept mark. Keeps off by hand now, and they look to build from the back half as Stevie Motlop's injected himself back there to get involved. Terrific work again, and gee, he's been impressive, McCarthy. That kicks just off the target. Ryan's there again doing the roving this time and gets the hand pass out the back, and Brody Lake finds Rusker in the back pocket. Oh, it's not Rusker, of course, it's Jalen Clark.
He now comes down the line, comes off hands, and Motlop's there waiting front and centre. Now comes out to Brody Lake. Oh gee, that wasn't a great kick. Had to be sort of smothered in the end by his teammate. Ended up in the hands of Mitch Musgrove, and then Taylor Stanley's done well just to neutralise the contest there. Ball spills out over the boundary line.
Close to half time here, 23 minutes gone, and St Mary's have got their nose in front just before half time. Coach Anthony Vallejo will be pretty happy with what he's seen in this second quarter.
Lant read it best off the opposing ruckman's hands in Wyatt Ryan, and then spills out the back. Another free kick call. This time it'll go the way of Clark. I think this is his second year in red, white and black. I was going to say red, white and blue. Red, white and black. Kicks it down the line. And it's the first half of round 1 for these two sides.
Yeah, a story of 2 quarters really. Districts looked to have all the running in the first quarter but couldn't quite get the goals on the board. They had a 15-point lead at quarter time, 3 goals to 1, and then Saints have turned that round completely, kicking 4 goals to 1 in the second quarter to take a 5-point lead into half time. And there's no multiple goal scorers in the game. It's pretty even across the board, but some players playing their first games for their respective clubs have looked pretty good. Lloyd Johnston's had a fair bit of the ball. I've liked Curtis McCarthy and a couple of the other ins in Luke Patterson as well. So, but I think the difference, the difference around the contest has been the big fella Wyatt Ryan, and St Mary's, if they've got to work on anything, it's working on how to combat him in the second half, Will.
Yeah, it was definitely good for them to work themselves back into the game and back in front, but there's a lot more work to do. St Mary's leading Southern Districts by 5 points. It's half time here in round 1.
We're for being in it together. like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Kazali's has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at kazalisnt.com.au.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch.
Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
We're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
Top End footy is back. It's fast, tough and a pure display of Territory passion. From the heat of the day to the electricity of the night games, every clash is fierce. Each moment better than the last.
Goal! They're into front!
This is our game, our way. Top End footy. Nothing comes close.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium in Darwin. It's round one of the 2025-26 TIO NTFL season, and in the grand final rematch, it's last year's runners-up St Mary's, who hold a narrow 5-point lead at half-time. A terrific comeback in that second quarter, scoring 4 goals to 1. Will, we've got a game on our hands.
Yeah, we do, and it's been a tale of 2 quarters. St Mary's outscored them by 20 points in that quarter, and it was, I guess, both sort of periods of dominance from either side. It's been the better players from last year's grand final, from last year's season, and when you think of these teams in the last couple of years, it's been those players, I think, really coming to the fore in that quarter, with the 2 Lant brothers in particular. Jack probably more so bustling out the middle, and Dylan just playing his role around the ground. Meanwhile, Ryan, he did his job to contain the damage to, as I said, that 20-point deficit in that quarter.
Yeah, he's been terrific, and Lloyd Johnston's a newcomer to Southern Districts. He's done a bit of work off the half-back line for them, giving them a bit of drive, but a couple of impressive Saints recruits as well, Luke Patterson, Curtis McCarthy. So it's the stage is set for a terrific second half in round one of this season, and round one, of course, is TIO round. TIO, the major sponsor of the NTFL, valued long-time sponsors, and lots of activations going on around the place for the crowd and the kids to get involved in. But we're back in the middle, and we're underway in the third quarter. Umpire
Harry Heller throws the ball up and wrapped up straight away. He'll have another go at that. No, he's pinged, holding the ball against, I think it might be against the captain, Michael Bowden there. And St Mary's will look to pick up where they left off in that second quarter, moving inside the forward 50 pretty early. Now comes out to Ruska. He does a quick little 1-2, pushing out to Narkle now, he nearly got beaten there by a teammate, and St Mary's pick it up a little bit cleaner in that contest. No, they weren't in the end. Narkle gets a handball back out over the top. Now through to Anderson and through to Jalen Clark. And I think he's earned himself a free kick downfield, maybe hit late, or there might have been some contact up on the player in question, Stevie Motlop.
Yeah, it was after disposal free kick, I think, and Motlop just chips it out wide, and they've worked it inside forward 50 now, and mark taken by Bowstead. So opportunity for the first score in the second quarter. Hand pass goes off to Bowden, I think it is, goes long to the top of the goal square. Good use of the body down there, and a great mark falling backwards. And it's Rowlands again, and he wastes no time going around the corner and bangs it through and puts Southern Districts back in the lead early in this third quarter.
So 10 goals kicked so far tonight, Stu. 8 of those 10 have been kicked to the left of screen towards the Michael Long Centre for Learning and Leadership. It's against the grain from what you expected here, but it's something that perhaps the Crocs have to make the most of in this third quarter.
Yeah, there's no logic to it, you would think, just the teams get a roll on. But Will Rowlands there, terrific use of the body, just got the position, held his position, and took the mark, and the goal was easy from there.
Looks like Jetta Anderson's almost stalking the umpire in the middle there, Josh Cooper. And gee, that's very slick coming down to Matt Shannon. He takes it straight out of the middle, kicks it to full forward, trying to run back with the flight and take it. I think that was Motlop again, and couldn't take the mark.
Good work by Tyson Kent then in defence. Running back with the flight of the ball, got a fist to it. Kobe Hodges to bring it back in. Thumps it long to the other side of the ground, but Wyatt Ryan's there in front. Just got it knocked away, and at ground level, Braunthal got the hand pass across, and Saints just a high bomb really down towards the wing area. Narkle gets a quick kick out of congestion. Mitch Musgrave flying high, but couldn't get a hand to the ball. Now it's a scramble for it at ground level. Musgrave does pretty well to get it out, but Wyatt Ryan again gets a kick forward, and Districts with the hand pass over the top from Bowstead again, and eventually, tackle's laid, and that's going to be incorrect disposal, free kick, a great tackle. In fact, It's going the other way. That's the way the free kick was paid initially, I thought.
Mitch Musgrove down his haunches, been down there for about 30 seconds. We'll keep an eye on him for you. Southern Districts go to the hot spot now, and plucked out of there. Will Rowlands, he's been really, really good tonight. And Patches, he's been at the fore.
He has, and just gets to the drop of the ball, really. You know, he had Saints players all around him, but just was in the right position at the drop of the ball and took a strong mark again. And he's had a terrific start to this second quarter, a chance for his second for the quarter, and the only multiple goal scorer in the game so far, lining up for his third. No problem whatsoever. Bangs that one straight through, so that would be the start that Shannon Rusker and Dave Barnard would have been looking for coming out after half time, after Saints clawed their way back in front, and Districts with the first 2 goals of the third quarter.
And just like that, they're out to, I think, almost a 10-point lead here.
Yeah, you see Jack Musgrove on the replay there was floating back, but Rollins just parked himself in the right spot and celebrates as well, so enjoying himself back in Southern Districts colours.
8 points that lead is for Southern Districts, and again they're just rolling out of the middle now. White Ryan does the roving himself as well. Musgrove just got booted to ball, but without effect as Motlop will pick it up. Thought about turning around through traffic, instead got a handball out wide. Now Taj Stanley with the ball, that pops out. Farah, he'll run onto it now. Outside 50, he kicks it to the hot spot. Oh, fly from the back, wasn't quite capitalised on. Schwartz is at the fall of it, he's diving on top of it there. Umpire will call for a ball up about 15 metres out from goal.
Yeah, Saints scrambling in defence there, just forced the stoppage, but still some work to do. Good body work by Farah. When they hit out to the advantage of Bowden, he tries to tap it back towards the goal line. Kobe Hodges happy just to walk it over the line, and Green wastes no time, bring it back into play, finding Jack Lant on the outer side of the ground. He's got a lead, and it's Braunthal out there. Gives it to Jack Lant, who ran past and kicks long down towards half forward, gets over the head of Calder. It's dribbling out towards the boundary line. Lloyd Johnston at the back to do the tidy up work, some neat footwork, and then a beautiful pass inboard, and he finds Taj Stanley. Stanley delivers out wide, and Districts just trying to chip it around eventually with Anderson, who swings it back across to the other side of the ground, where he's got Matt Shannon in some space there, but he spilt the mark, but had plenty of time to get back on it. Kicks long to the top of the goal square, punched away from behind, straight onto the boot, off hands, and another terrific finish there. And was it Rowlands again?
I think it might have been Stevie Motlop again, just giving it to Kai Williamson there. I don't know what they've got in the Gatorade out there at Fred's Pass, but there's a few angry boys in red, white and black.
So replay here, but that was terrific. And no, it was Bo Schwartz, in fact, hands on the ball down on the goal square. And yeah, this is a hot start in the third quarter from Southern Districts. A bit like they were in the first quarter, although they're capitalising on the scoreboard this time. So
it's come in much more of a flurry as well. 3 goals in 7 minutes is probably the hottest burst we've seen so far tonight. Narkle this time almost handballs it to himself, then goes back in traffic to Clark, throws onto the left to centre half forward. Green got a fist to it, so it won't be marked, but it kept rolling. Now with Dylan Barry, he runs around, he snaps on goal. Is that a 4th in a row? No, through for a behind.
Yeah, Districts running on top of the ground at the moment, just getting players loose and getting the ball forward. Hodges brings it back in again.
Oh, Land with an aerial attempt there. Couldn't quite take it. Finds himself on top of the ball now.
He works hard, doesn't he, Dylan Land? He's always at the bottom of packs. Deep forward, deep back.
Everywhere on the ground. Clark tried to paddle it to himself and it got a inconsiderate bounce, as the Aussie rules ball can sometimes do. Bounces over the boundary line. Looks like Narkle is being tagged at the moment by Elijah Amory. It's keeping him on a very close leash at the moment. Comes back to Ryan, though. He gets out to Shannon, gets a handball back inboard. Now Narkle has found some space, gets a handball off now. Snap on goal will come. Is that going to curl around? No, not enough there from Wandara Thomas. And Green will kick out from fullback again. Gets it to Amory. Now to Dylan Lant. And off to a runner. Now through to McCarthy. Shrugs one on his left. Pushes it, I guess, in hopes of a runner running back, but the runners were all in Southern District's colours, and there's a free kick paid on that last line. Lake has done quite well, I guess, to sort of try and... Oh, that's not a good kick in from Johnson, but it'll work out for them. Narkle gets it off to Shannon. His dash has been great in this part of the ground. Shannon, he's kept going there, hoping to get a little two back from his one. But it wasn't to be, and there's a high tackle paid going away to St Mary's.
Yeah, Matt Shannon, just his handball was at the feet of his teammate, and that held him up. And the wobbling kick comes out to Bowden, who again makes space out on the wing.
Pushes it down to the lead of Calder. Good fist in there from Lake and bounces over. And again, I think Calder's really only had the one or two touches tonight. He's been very well held by Geordie Johnston and by Brodie Lake.
Yeah, that was fantastic by Lake, who was a fast lead, and he was with him all the way and managed to get a fist in.
Narkle wrapped up almost instantly. McCarthy toe poked. That's got to be in danger. And it's paid. So we'll come back to Shannon. Shannon's looking very, very good tonight. The early signs are, Stu.
Yeah, he is. He looks fit, doesn't he? Always does. But first game of the season, he's been really smooth. And you just see him. You can't see him on screen, but he's sprinting across the ground to get on the end of the ball coming forward here.
It's going to go out to the lead of Motlock. If he doesn't get it, Shannon's maybe the first option. Gee, that was, again, another lofty bounce, which didn't help Southern Districts at all. Anderson comes in to put pressure on. It's maybe enough perceived pressure there just to create an intercept. But St Mary's have held strong here. Now Brennan gets it on the outside. He pokes it to the lead of Lant into the pocket. He's got Moo at full forward if he can turn and go quick enough. Still there, and he goes to Moo in the goal square. Boys, and now, again, that perceived pressure's played a role, but he's had his goal stolen off him, I think, by Jackson Calder. He has, so the umpires, in fact, he's missed from point-blank range.
There's a free kick in the goal square for front-on contact. Calder tried to pick it up and pinch the goal, but wow.
Gee, that's rough on the new recruit as well. Make him feel right at home. I'm sure there'll be plenty more opportunities there as St Mary's rebound halfway down the ground. Now I think this is young Bowden, who's been very good. No, it's Braunful again, who's looking and he found Land, but it bounced off his chest in the square. Now comes Mitch Musgrove, comes off his shin and through the wrong side of the post. Kieran Moo now starting to look a little bit frustrated. Just giving a little pat there by Mitch Musgrove.
Yeah, Brodie Lake again, desperate defence. Here's the replay of the Calder kick. Must have just missed. But, Districts building steadily from the back half now from the kick in.
Narkle pokes it over the top.
Well done.
Good work from Lamb. Tried to get it out to his brother, just holding off the opposition on Brandon Rusker, and it pinged him for holding the ball. Didn't think there was a lot of pride there either.
Woody Jack having a conversation with the umpire.
Come on, boys, it's the start of the new season. There's no need to be so angry. As Anderson, he kicks it forward to Barry, rolls around onto his arc. That's oddly popped off his foot and rolled back to Anderson and Barry's direction. And very sneaky there from Barry. Had to get a handball out at the end. They then work it back to Lake a long way from home. He just takes it and goes for a dash. Now through to Everett, and he gets it inboard looking for Thomas, but St Mary's intercept and move. Maybe he has an opportunity now, a long way from home. He's got to pass it off now. He goes to Dylan Lant all by himself, and again he can pass it off if he gets quick enough. Instead, I think he's going to decide to go back and do it himself. Last time didn't work out as he planned. Yeah,
had a quick look forward and then quickly made the decision that he'll take the responsibility and go back and have the set shot. Almost the identical position from where he kicked his goal in the first quarter.
Yet to kick a goal in this third quarter. 2 behinds. Meanwhile, for Southern Districts, have kicked 32 points already. No, that's not right. 22 points already. That one looked like he hooked it at first, but it held the line and gone through, and they reduced the margin to 9 points.
Yeah, another great set shot goal from Dylan Lant. They've had to work hard to get that first goal of the quarter. St Mary's should have had one a couple of minutes ago, but they've come back well here. So work the ball nicely, and Moo again involved, just starting to get some involvements, and picked out his captain on the run out wide. Had the opportunity to go over the top, but went back and took the responsibility and made no mistake with a terrific set shot kick once again. And this was Wyatt Ryan, having just had a bit of a spell on the bench, comes back in and will contest in the middle of the ground.
Great development for Moo. I think he played most of last year in the Spartans for Nightcliff in Division 1, the 3rd grade down, and this year finds himself in the seniors at his new home, St Mary's. So already it looks like he's at home here. Could do with a little bit more beef on the body, but fits in relatively well in terms of the pace and the skills required, as St Mary's are wrapped up in their forward pocket. And Jalen Clark with ball in hand, umpire will call for ball up.
Great pressure from those St Mary's forwards then. Districts had their hands on the ball a couple of times trying to get the hand pass out, but they just closed them in.
Holding the ball will be a free kick off half back for Southern Districts.
Yeah, Jack Lamp trying to burst through, got caught.
Do they need to maybe just play a little bit of tempo footy for a bit, gain back control and momentum? It feels like St Mary's now the ones waiting to burst. And Lake doesn't really have many options to go for. Look for a soft switch, but again on that side there's not a lot downfield for him to play with. Goes down the ground. Want to deviate here. Oh gee, that's not a good kick at all. Put Braunful in a tough position, but not the result that Southern Districts would have wanted from there at all.
No, good result for St Mary's though. They're just chipping it around, and Thomas Clark just put it over the head of Brody Lake, and stoppage is a good outcome for Saints at half forward here.
Bleed Johnson just having a chat to the umpire, saying watch out, it seems like Jack Lance getting him by the neck. So those two have been having a little go at each other the last couple of minutes. We'll keep an eye on that as well. Ball nearly taken there by Jack Lant. Braunful instead took it through. Punched, I think both players were going to punch it. Wyatt Ryan was winding up but didn't get his fist in there in time. And then Farah finds himself in plenty of space, but the ball just a little bit too far ahead of him and goes over the boundary line. Southern Districts would have been on there, Stu.
Yeah, they had a couple of runners out the front, didn't they? Wandara Thomas it was with the hand pass, just overcooked it and got over the boundary line, stopped the forward momentum.
Barry has been slick tonight as well. Gets it to Clark. He hits the deck. Try to get it to Barry again. I think just over the top of his fingers. Now Bowden tussling with Bowden. Two opposing Bowdens on each team, and then it's belted forward. Dylan Lant had one arm held, and then Jaden McGrath tries to get it out. A few green and gold jumpers here. Dewsbury gets it to land. Rollins did well to put some pressure on. Here comes Mitch Musgrove. Wondered if he was going to try and soccer it through. Instead, he opted to try and pick it up. Didn't work, and now Southern Districts have a little bit of breathing space in the back pocket.
Yeah, they had to scramble in defence then as Dylan Lant just got some contact as he kicked the ball, which made him miss the target.
Looking for his big ruckman in white, Ryan. Jackson had a decent fly there, but just didn't quite get a hand to it. Ryan, no one on the mark, so he could go for a little dash there. That one goes over the line. Inaccurate kick.
It was all pretty stagnant in front of him, wasn't it? There was plenty of numbers, but not much movement. And in the end, he tried to make something that probably really wasn't there and put it in between players. And no damage done though. Another stoppage.
Just one goal the last 12 minutes, Stu. That went to Dylan Lant. And yeah, this game has really stagnated in that time.
Plenty of pressure around the ball though. It's a good contest to watch. Oh, good work by Green. Just got through.
It's been very good on his return as well.
Yeah.
Farah, he gets a handball to Narkle coming off the bench. Serendipitously, now he's looking inside Stevie Motlop, who just uses his weight very well, and then I think he's played for a 50 there. Not happy with the umpire at all. It's not the Stevie show tonight. He plays on, rolls round, and kicks. Oh, I thought he was nearly going to be brought back there, but he doesn't mind that. He's still having to go at the umpire. He'll try and celebrate.
I'm not sure he's directly having a go at the umpire, Will, but he's obviously played a little bit angry for a lot of the night. But the results on the scoreboard this time, as he just got space. Saints really had no coverage in the corridor there, and he had time to steady and put it through.
I thought he was nearly going to be brought back for a second. Just the way everyone stopped around him.
Playing with passion though, that's good to see. So Southern Districts get the answering goal to Dylan Lance and restore that lead to 15 points, which is what it was at quarter time, as we're into time on in this third quarter.
Anderson in the middle, or taken straight away. Almost ran into a brick wall there, shaped like Curtis McCarthy.
Great tackle.
Good pressure there from Bouster, almost had him wrapped up as well. Brennan running back, and Farah putting some body contact on Land. Punch forward there by Ryan. Land taken by Anderson. Those two are just getting into each other a little bit as well on the ground while the footy is played around them. There'll be a free kick going the way now of Jack Lant. He was pulled off by another croc.
Yeah.
And a lot of fire in the belly in this one.
Yeah, they're playing for keeps, that's for sure, in round one. The 2025-26 TIO NTFL season. It's been a hot contest for most of the night. Pretty good game for round one, Will.
Yeah, tight score, very similar to that grand final they played in last year. Relatively low scoring, but a good high pressure game. Bit of an arm wrestle. Stevie Motlop from 55, he chips it in, looking for Jed Anderson, and I think he's going to earn himself a free kick there. It was just Lant. I think Lant was trying to get one back on him. Umpire Tim Somerville just telling them to pull themselves together. And it will be Jed Anderson taking a shot from 45-degree angle, probably about 40 metres out, we'll call it, when he gets onto it.
23 minutes gone, third quarter. Only a minute or two to go, you would think. So an important shot at goal as far as the margin is concerned. Anderson taking plenty of time over it.
And he comes, he kicks it.
Yep, they're celebrating. It's a goal to Anderson, and they're happy about it. There's a bit of feeling between these two sides, as Will said earlier, and Jed Anderson pretty happy to get himself on the scoreboard as he runs off for a break towards the end of this third quarter, replaced by Tommy Clark.
So that's their 5th goal of the quarter. At halftime, they had just 4 on the board. So this is the most damaging quarter they've had tonight. It means at the moment it's a 21 buffer that suddenly burst out to Stu. And if the scoring trends have been anything to go by, we'll need it in this last 20 minutes we've got coming up.
Yeah, it's a handy break at this stage.
Ryan hacks it off the ground, looking inside 50. Shannon, it bounces off his chest, and the siren will beat any opportunity to get another one as White Ryan goes for a little bit of a barrel roll in there, and having a little bit of fun with it. But it's a 3-goal and 3-point lead to Southern Districts. 9-9-63. They lead St Mary's 6-6-42. 8 points scored to. Do some quick maths here. 34 in that quarter, so well and truly back on Southern District's terms. But they've only lost 1 game in the past year, Stu, and that was to Southern District. So if anyone can do it, sorry, to St Mary's,
yeah.
If anyone can do it, it is the Saints.
Oh, it is, but gee, that was a powerful quarter from Southern Districts, and got their finishing right. So yeah, they've got a handy lead at 3-quarter time, and the Saints with all the work to do in the final quarter, which we will bring to you shortly. At 3-quarter time, it's Southern Districts by 21 points.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Kazali's has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at kazalisnt.com.au.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch.
Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
We're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
Top-end footy is back. It's fast, tough and a pure display of Territory passion. From the heat of the day to the electricity of the night games, every clash is fierce. Each moment better than the last.
Goal! They're into front!
This is our game, our way. Top-end footy. Nothing comes close.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium in the opening round of the 2025-26 TIO NTFL Men's Premier League here in Darwin, and a terrific third quarter from Southern Districts in which they kicked 5-1 sees them open up a 21-point lead going into the final quarter. My name's Stu Davis. I'm with Will Zwar tonight, and Districts looking the goods, although we said that at quarter time as well, Will.
We did. It's been definitely favouring the left of screen, the Michael Long centre end, which is where St Mary's are kicking this quarter. I guess they need to kick sort of half the score. They need 4 goals. They've kicked 6 goals. That's what I'm trying to say, Stu.
Yeah.
Let's keep it simple.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know if maybe they've left their run a little bit too late against a strong side. It is round 1 though, a few cobwebs to dust off, and maybe not as ferocious at the ball as you might see later in the season.
Yeah, they need a quick start here in the final quarter, but the game's been entertaining so far, and we're underway as Ryan gets his hand to the ball once again, and Districts again get the clearance through Shannon. He kicks along inside forward 50, and it's going to be a free kick down here in Saints' way.
So in the hands of Amory, who's played a negating role tonight. Haven't seen a lot of him. And then Green wrapped up, got the handball out to Dylan Lant. He now pushes it long down the line looking for Calder. Try to work to front position. Nearly got it, second bite of the cherry. Wasn't to be. Musgrove held without it. Umpire saw so as well and earns himself a free kick.
Yeah, Mitch Musgrove, good work at ground level. Chips out wide. And they look to build around the outer side of the ground. Calder got one hand to it, then off the back gets a hand pass over the top. Oh, just a bit of a fumble there, but plenty of pressure. They've got a chance here. Jack Lant picks up, kicks towards goal. I think he's banged it through. They're clapping on the goal line. He has, and that's just the start that St Mary's wanted in this final quarter. And Jack Lant, the opportunist, got himself in a few wrestles in that third quarter, and looks like his clothes have been dragged around a little bit as we look at him on screen. But that was a terrific finish from in close, and as I said, just the start that St Mary's wanted.
Well, that makes it interesting. 15 points the margin, and that's definitely doable in the next 20 minutes of footy. Only minute 30 played here. That's almost textbook for him. And he's probably been, if not the best, the most influential player on the field tonight. Working forward now, St Mary's pops back into Lant's hands. Dylan Lant this time. Now he goes looking for Jackson Calder. He takes the mark on the lead. Now on the mark is 2 metres inside the paint. He hasn't had the best night, Jackson Calder. Just the 1 goal so far. Kicks it to the fat side. And there will be a free kick for high contact. So all of a sudden, St Mary's are in a really good position. Liam Patterson will be lining up for goal. Luke Patterson it is.
Yeah, Calder was never confident about getting the distance, always wanted something, and again he's had a couple of those tonight, those really low-level drilling passes to a player out on the lead, and perfectly placed. Patterson got his hands to it and had the chop over the shoulder and wins himself the free kick, so a chance for a couple of goals inside the first 3 minutes here.
Big kick here. Oh.
Again, a miss to the right-hand side at that end of the ground, and yeah, that's a bit deflating for Saints. You would think they would have been up and about if that one had gone through.
Been a handy one to get in. Johnson, he pokes it out now. Looks to Jordan Johnston. No relation there, but Jordan's brother Matt out there somewhere. Jed Anderson now pushes it back out looking for Lloyd Johnston. Plays on very wide, almost over the boundary line there. Looking for his captain in Bowden. I thought it almost got the sit. Pokes it forward. White Ryan will get to it first, but he tumbles over. Handball was almost hit twice. Almost double-fisted it there. And It's looking like there's a Southern Districts play down. We'll keep an eye on that for you. Meanwhile, Saints push it out. Amory will get to it first. He's got Barry in tow pretty close. Amory managed to find some space though, tight on the boundary line, just pushes it forward again, looking for the run. Oh, two players ferocious at the ball there. Now comes Bowden for Southern Districts, pushes it out. And I think that was Brodie Lake who just found a man there in Dylan Barry on the far side, and they can rest and reset. That Southern Districts play, I think it was Will Rowlands. He's up and about now. And here comes Michael Bowden. Will go for a little jog. Pushes inside the forward 50. Green just positioned himself a bit better than Will Farah did, who's another one who's had a bit of a weird night. He's touched the ball plenty of times, but most of those have been palms or fists rather than possessions and handballs and kicks.
Yeah, Matty Green should be pretty happy with his comeback game tonight. He's found the ball a fair bit and done a good job on Will Farah for the most part.
So Ryan tapped it to no one really. Nearly crumbed his own ball again. And St Mary's, they get a chain going. Mitch Musgrove went to kick it, dropped it, picked it up again. Works it forward, but not to advantage. A handball fires out, and then a kick goes inside. Two Crocs almost fighting over it. Shannon looks like he's just healed up a little bit there, and again St Mary's just push it out wide. Oh, good work there from, I think it was Calder who got a hand on the jumper of Lake, and now St Mary's working it forward again. Jack Lant couldn't take the mark, tried to keep it in possession. Now coming through his bid mate, he works it back to Lloyd Johnson, who's almost tackled from the man on the ground, goes for a little bit of a run and a dash on that wing, but he fumbles over it again. And the kick goes inside 50 for the Saints, and a good mark on the lead there. This time coming from Luke Patterson again, a bit further out. Maybe he's learnt from his last attempt, Stu Davis.
Yeah, good kick from Braunthal going in there. Worked hard at ground level and kicks along to the goal square. Calder's back there. He's got the distance here. That's a terrific kick. It just kept going and going, and it looked like he was looking for Calder down there, but got plenty of it. Rusker was running back with the flight of it and couldn't get to it. So Saints get that second goal for the quarter and have pegged that margin back now to just 8 points, I think that'll be. So that's a terrific kick.
Yeah, we have a game. Have a game on our hands for sure. I didn't. I sort of was in the same boat as you, Stu. I didn't think he'd necessarily go for it, nor did I think he could get it based on his other attempts tonight. He's been really good leading forward, but it's his kicking that's let him down. That one is just desserts though for his performance tonight.
Yeah, he's been impressive. First game for Saints, of course, and yeah, he looks like he's going to be a good acquisition for St Mary's.
Ball comes out from Narkle now to Taj Stanley, and that's a very good kick into Stevie Motlop in the forward pocket, just trying to assert himself on the man on the mark.
Stevie Motlop, not the favourite of the groundsman, I don't think.
Good kick though. He might be the favourite of his teammate Quinton Narkle there. Just gives him a little salute as well. Just props it up, and Narkle yet to kick a goal for Southern Districts. His first game since he was in the AFL system. Geelong, Port Adelaide, and most recently Fremantle. Easy as you like, and he gets around his mate Stevie Motlop.
And all his teammates come running in. First goal for the club, and first goal in the NTFL. So they celebrate, and that's a bit of a settler for Southern Districts. But he was gift wrap for him, wasn't it, with the pass from Stevie Motlop out wide. But yeah, I was saying Motlop not the favourite of groundskeeper. He likes to make a couple of marks in the ground whenever he has a set shot.
Yeah, he makes
or thereabouts.
Maybe one when he takes the mark, one where he wants to kick it from, and maybe a third from where he wants to start, and all those kicks he gets. That's 3 for every kick. It's a bit of work for the groundskeepers tomorrow morning.
by Josh Cooper, throws it up.
Tapped down and worked forward by Jackson Braunthal from North Croydon, along with Luke Patterson, who kicked the last goal for St Mary's. Good mark there in defence from Lloyd Johnston. He pushes it to Narkle. Now he goes to centre half back. Bidmaid has been pretty good tonight as well. Give it off to the runner in Narkle. Had a few around him there, but managed to get a kick away to half forward. Shannon there to Crum, front and centre, get a handball out now to Schwartz. Schwartz couldn't pick it up, and I think it's going to be wrapped up and held to him. No, the ball's trying to make its way out. Umpire will call for a ball up inside 50 for the Crocs.
Yeah, Schwartz desperate at ground level there. Just a hand in from Saints to knock the hand pass down. Stopped the ball flowing forward for Southern Districts. That's a high, hopeful kick coming out of half back.
Everyone overran it.
Yeah.
Now Barry, he'll pop it out. Will come into Wandara Thomas. Dived over his opponent. Ball pops out over the boundary line. And are they going to call it here for the boundary throw?
Yeah, Wandara Thomas is an interesting one. He's come up from the Eastern Football Netball League, and just looking at his history, it looks like this is his first ever game of senior football. He's played all underage football apart from this, so it's interesting selection from Southern Districts. Obviously impressed on the track after he came up.
Southern Districts now win the contest out on that wing, although they turn it over, and it looks like it's pushed forward there. I think it might have been Musgrove or young Ethan Bowden. Johnson, he pushes it back and now gets into the middle of the ground. Clark, he pushes it out wide. There was a man there. Ball had to come to him, trying to turn inside out there and then slung to the ground. Umpire calls play on, though it's over the boundary line. Taj Stanley's been okay out there on the wing as well tonight. Hasn't really been a wingman's game, though.
No, it's been hard contested footy most of the night.
So White Ryan, he couldn't take it. He fumbled over it, and Jack Lance similarly tried to pick it up, but just couldn't take possession. And he's getting into him again. They've put a target on his back tonight, Jack Lant, and he's given away a free kick. Narkle will get it off to Schwartz pretty quick. Just had enough on it to keep it in tow, and now they go out wide to Bowden, who's in a bit of a paddock. He can go for a run or he can give it off. He'll give it off to Everett, who's always nearly set up his teammate for failure there in Bousted. And St Mary's, they win the ball off half back, push it up to half forward now. Dylan Lant on his left, inside 50 he goes, and he was dumped by Everett after the kick. So you get a free kick downfield. It'll be in the hands now of Curtis McCarthy, inside 50. Another one who could be kicking his first goal tonight. Stu for the club.
Yeah, and he's had an impressive debut for St Mary's as well. So looks like they found a couple of Saints, and yeah, that'll be hopeful for them going forward in the season. But this one, Saints really need this. Oh.
The crowd's
not his best, but Saints have still got a chance.
Crowd's reaction told you the story there. Here comes McGrath, rolls around onto his left. He snaps towards the top of the square, and it's just bounced through for a point. Brings it back to, what are we at now? 13 points, so still requiring more than 2 goals. 13 minutes gone in his last quarter. And ball will go to Narkle. A little dummy, and then he pokes it over the top to Matt Shannon. It's been brilliant tonight in the patches he's played, but if you're a Crocs fan, a Crocs player, Crocs coaching staff, you probably would have liked a little bit more from him. Stevie Motlop just tries to tow it to himself. Now coming through Braunthal. He was almost taken high there. Stevie Motlop trying to pick him up off the ground. Play hits the deck. Dill Lant didn't see how, and then Jack Lant wraps up Anderson, or vice versa, I should say.
Jack's got the free kick. Jed's a little bit bemused by it, but yeah, certainly works hard. Looks like he's been in the trenches, doesn't he? He's going back. Jed Anderson on the mark is probably about 48 metres from goal, so we'll take a good kick from there to score. It's a good kick, all right. It's going all the way and all the way through. That's a fantastic finish from Jack Lant, kicking from outside 50 with the set shot, and has a smile on his face and gets the congratulations of his teammates, and St Mary's just won't go away.
His second goal of the night and his second of the quarter. And you're right, St Mary's staying with it, 7 points up. Or 7 points they trail by now, and plenty of time left. You'd think at least maybe 7 minutes left on the game clock here, Stu.
Yeah, so plenty of time with the margin down to just 7 points now. As we're back in the middle of the ground, and Wyatt Ryan gets yet another hit out. Narkle running through, got tackled, but got the hand pass out, and now Jed Anderson bombs it long inside forward 50. Big leap from behind, but no contact with the ball. Advantage is paid, and the kick's gone towards goal, and it's gone through for a point, so errors all over the place there.
I guess that makes up for the colder one in the previous quarter.
Green brings it in and finds Ethan Bush at half-back. Good kick.
Good mark again from Patterson. Been really impressed with his game tonight.
Yeah.
Wheels around, now looking down the field for McCarthy and Calder. Calder picks it up off the fall. Looking forward to Jack Lant. Looks like he's resumed position at full forward. Here comes Kieran Moo. Can he get into space on his right side? Not quite. Gives the handball off. Here comes Jack Lant. Tries to get around one. A second comes in. Gets it back now. And the ball trickles over the boundary line. And a dump there from Geordie Johnston. And another dump there, I think, has gone to a Southern Districts player. Maybe Barry in the middle there. But it's going to be a free kick to Jack Lant.
Wow. It's happening all over the place. So all off the ball here. So Jack Lant has certainly been lively, particularly in this last quarter.
Some very poor discipline from both sides, really, but that could, in the end, prove to be key to the result. We'll see how it all pans out in these last few minutes. Here comes Jack Lant. Can he make another mark on this game? That's a good kick. It's across the face, though. It's still alive. Spills over for a point, and that makes it a 7-point ball game.
Saints keep coming, but District's holding on so far.
Narkle takes the mark on half back. Pushes it over the top. Here comes Everett. Will go for a little bit of a dash, and then he'll look to go long. Or nearly a mark. It is a mark. Barry will play on and kick it, hoping for a foot race. Schwartz leads all comers. Needs it to bounce cleanly. It does. Runs into an open goal. And the Southern Districts go end to end again. That could be a telling goal. Puts them up now by 13 points late in the fourth quarter.
And oh no, it's just a bit of cramp down there, I think. But the look at the replay here. The Saints players look like they were hoping that the ball would bounce their way or a mistake would be made, but Bo Schwartz was just dead set on getting to that ball first, and he ran the other two. But
yeah, Matt Green looking very sore.
Let's hope it's just a cramp. And
he's going to stay out there. So
yeah, but another crucial goal to Bo Schwartz, just to give Districts a bit of breathing space.
And his third for the night as well. Back in the middle. Is there a little bit of life left in the Saints? Districts work it forward. Won't be a mark. Jack Musgrove picks it up. Kicks it to half forward. beats the pair competing for it. Now Kieran Moo, who's sort of gone missing for the last quarter or so of footy, tries to work it forward. Vallejo, he comes through now and just takes it over the boundary line as he slides over.
Yeah, Vallejo playing on this near side wing. Hasn't had a hell of a lot of the ball tonight. But stoppage between wing and half forward for St Mary's.
Tap down, Vallejo gets a handball out to land. Oh, it's a wide kick. Marked there by Bowden. Finds Anderson, and you think they're going to try and take as much sting out of the game as they can here. 2 and a bit goals up. Now to Bastard on that back flank, 3 in a row. Now 4th, and they'll go for the switch.
Motlop works his way back into the back half late in quarters and just helps to chip the ball around, wind the clock down a bit. I think Districts are happy with the 13-point lead at this stage as Jordan Johnston tried to direct a bit of traffic. Eventually kicks long towards the wing on the outer side. And the ball, a strong tackle. It's a St Mary's free kick there. A terrific tackle by Mitchie Musgrove. And so Saints looking to bang it back in their forward 50 area again.
Just a few moments left in this round 1 clash as McCarthy gets a handball out, goes to Johnson. And looks like it's going to be brought back, a free kick in the back line to Southern Districts.
Ball just slipped off his hand there as he tried to hand pass, so incorrect disposal, and Stevie Motlop it is. We'll just slow things down. 21 minutes gone in this final quarter. It's a short one over the top, Brandon Rusker. And he switches. It's a dangerous switch pass, but good enough to take the mark. Down there was Taj Stanley.
Ball goes down the line now. Nearly picked up there by Shannon. Instead, it's his opposite number in Bush. Trying to work it forward now. Shannon gets it. The handball went to his opponent. Land gets a handball out wide. Now to Jack Land. He's got a lot of pressure. I'm not sure if he kept that alive. Umpire doesn't say it came out, does he? And it's through for a behind. That would have been something special there.
Stevie Motlop playing goalkeeper down there, and he's happy to help it over the line for a behind. So it makes the margin 2 straight goals. As Motlop brings it back into play with a slow play, 3 bounces in a short space of the back pocket down there. Big leaps all over the place as the hand pass comes out in hope more than purpose. And again, stacks on and a ball up about 70 metres from the St Mary's goal.
So ball up now. Ryan taps it down. Nearly got it back. Spills over the boundary line. Almost 23 minutes gone here. And Stu, if the Crocs can get just 1 more point, it'll be the exact same scores as last night's game. Nightcliff defeated the Tiwi Bombers by 13 points, 77-64. Now, lead now, just 12 points to Southern Districts. Here comes Farah. Try to get to Johnston. Johnston, a few attempts there, picked it up and was tackled, and the umpire will call. I think that might be a free kick against him there, or is it going to be a ball up? No, it'll be a ball up there. Ryan gets a kick out, not enough distance on it, so Land goes to his brother. He's wrapped up by Anderson as well. Those two will keep going till the final siren, you'd think, and maybe add a little bit more on it as well. A free kick going the way of Jed Anderson.
Yeah, Jack Lant trying to breakthrough there, but got wrapped up, and Anderson just looking around to see where they can kill the clock a bit more as he finds Brodie Lake backwards and back to Anderson, and just winding it down. I think that 2-goal margin is going to be enough now as we go past 24 minutes in this final quarter.
Yeah, Sting really been taken out of this one as Lake, he pushes it out wide looking for Big White Ryan. The Districts boys haven't been as front and centre this last half of the quarter. Again, probably just trying to take a bit out of the contest and solidify that result. Surely only one more ball up, you'd think, of tonight's game. Or will they prove me wrong? I think they might.
So just the 5 goals scored in this final quarter. There it is. And there's the siren to end this round 1 clash between Southern Districts and St Mary's. The reigning premiers again victorious here, but didn't have it all their own way tonight.
Cheer, cheer the red, black and whites. Honour the crops by day and by night. Lift that loyal banner high. Shake out the thunder from the sky. Whether the odds be great or be small, we will come out and win overall. While our players keep on fighting onwards to victory. Cheer, cheer the red, black and white. Honour the cross by day and by night. Lift that loyal banner high. Shake down the thunder from the sky. Whether the odds be great or be small, we will come out and win overall. While our players keep on fighting onwards to victory.
St Mary's, as we've come to expect over a long period of time, will always come out and give a contest, and they were right in this game all the way till the end. Just fell short by 12 points, and yeah, there's a lot to be happy about for them. They've introduced a couple of recruits, really impressed with Curtis McCarthy and Luke Patterson in particular. Dylan Lant was busy as always, and what are your thoughts on some of the better players for Southern Districts, Will?
Yeah, I think Quinton Narkle definitely grew into the game. Jed Anderson was pretty solid throughout, as was White Ryan. Loved the work of Matt Shannon. I think if he can put together 4 quarters, he's going to be unstoppable and probably the best player in the competition from what it looks like at the moment. Stevie Motlop had an interesting night. Again, flashes of brilliance that we know from him, but maybe not as involved as you would have liked. But, you know, they'll take plenty to work on with a 12-point win as well.
Yeah, absolutely. They're happy to get the points in the first game. Just kick off the dust from the off season, but that's a great start to the TIO NTFL 25-26 season. A 13-point margin last night, a 12-point margin tonight in favour of the Crocs, and of course there's 2 more men's Premier League games to go over the next 2 days, and you and I will be back tomorrow, Will, for the Wanderers Buffaloes game, and then of course on Sunday we've got Waratah and Pint. So plenty of great football to come, and it's started with a bang with the first couple of games in the Men's Premier League, and we're looking forward to what's to come for the rest of the weekend and the season. Thanks for tonight, Will, and make sure you tune in tomorrow for some more great TIO NTFL action.